Hello everybody, today we're doing a bit of a different video. As you know, I've been playing quite a bit of Robocraft. I'm still not very good at it, given that, I know that's true. But I am quite excited about this game now. It's quite good fun, I enjoy it. For a free-to-play game, it's awesome. And basically, I've been looking at this new mega update they're planning, and I thought I'd explain it for you guys so that you can sort of see what's going to happen. Sort of break it down a bit, show you some pictures that they've posted. I'll link you the links to the actual full detailed update. So where do I even start? They're changing things around so much. So currently with Robocraft, as you know, you spawn in, you play, you die, you leave the game. Obviously you have to capture the points and stuff, and they've got the battles where you're fighting bigger robots now with smaller robots, or smaller robots with bigger robots. And that's quite good fun. I like that. But it gets a bit stale. There's like, I don't know, it's just sort of capturing the objective can kind of get boring, and if you're on a bad team, you can often just lose outright. Granted, I'll probably be one of the players on the team that's just awful and just helps your team lose completely. But they're changing that in a big way. They're adding in respawns. Now, this is crazy. So, what the respawn is going to do is, basically, when you die, you respawn. And I think, depending on how many times you die, you'll respawn slower and slower. Kind of like League of Legends and those kind of MOABs. MOABs? I don't even know how to say it. Is that the right word? Probably. MOBAs. I think it's MOBAs, isn't it? Yeah. MOAB's the mother of all bombs. Why am I saying that? But yeah, so there'll be like, or I think it might just be a continuous countdown timer. I'm not really sure. But basically, you'll have a certain amount of time before you can respawn. So that's cool. I like that. It means you can, if you get a bit unlucky and, you know, you get sniped straight away, you can come back into the game and carry on helping the team. Alright? Just sweet. That'd be great in team deathmatch modes and stuff. And they're adding in a new, different game mode itself. Okay, now each team now is going to have a plutonium crystal. All right, I'm showing you a picture of this now. Now, the plutonium crystal is sort of like it looks like just like a bunch of blocks basically, which makes sense on this like platform. And your team has to defend this plutonium crystal. If your plutonium crystal is destroyed, you lose. Okay. Protonium even, sorry, not plutonium, protonium crystal. And the backstory behind this is, protonium is a rare source of power that E14 and the CF Alliance are fighting over on Mars and elsewhere in the Milky Way. So, yeah, they're fighting over, they've got a little bit of backstory in there. So, we're building these robots to fight over the protonium, and we've got to destroy their core so that we can get it off them. Okay, and basically, once you've destroyed their core, it will go supernova, which is quite a cool little picture there on the game ending. But obviously, it's not that simple. There's more to this mode than just drive in, shoot their core. Obviously, there'll be the respawning modes and stuff with that, but it's more detailed than that. Around your core, or your crystal even, you'll have a fusion shield. Now, this fusion shield's got some pretty good dynamics. I quite like the way it's been designed. Basically, you can shoot out from your shield, alright? But the enemies cannot shoot in, okay? They have to be inside your shield to shoot at you. So what you can do is you can tactically have a couple of people holding back and shooting out of your shield, you know, defending your crystal while the others can't shoot in. It might also prompt people to make faster robots, because once people can just still drive through the shield, but once they drive through it, then they can then shoot you, if that makes sense. So you can shoot out, but they can't shoot in, which is quite cool. And this shield will obviously help make it so it's not ridiculously easy to kill your crystal by one guy just camping in. You know, it's going to involve tactics and teamwork, especially with the respawning and stuff. So, like, if their whole team's being killed and they're respawning, you know, there might be a rush for the crystal, but then suddenly everyone will respawn. It will just create some cool battle dynamics, I believe. But obviously the shield could be OP. There's got to be able to take down the shield, right? And there is, okay? So this fusion shield is powered. Let's just read some stats on the fusion shield as well. So everyone can drive through the shield, both allies and enemies. Allies can shoot through the field, but enemies can't. Enemies can only damage the protonium crystal by getting inside. Okay, so that's what I was saying. Oh, and also allies inside the shield, I forgot to mention this. They get constantly healed, so it's even more of a buff. So you get nano crystals coming off the shield that, you know, heal up your robots. That's quite cool. Now, if a game lasts more than 15 minutes, the shield will automatically shut down. So if for some reason there's been a stalemate, it stops the game going on forever and it shuts the shield down and makes things awesome. But when inside the fusion shield, you cannot earn clock cycles, okay? So this is a new mechanic that seems really cool to me. I like it. It's like kind of ranking up in the battle thing, but I'll talk about it in a second. So you can't use clock cycles in the shield, or you can't level them up, because it'll be too OP just camping inside the shield and gaining levels. But I'll explain them in a minute, okay? Fusion towers, okay? So these little things here are what power your fusion shield, alright? So if you look at the map here below, it's showing that each team will have 2 fusion towers per map and different points. And the aim is, well, these fusion towers provide energy for your fusion shield, okay? And basically, if you lose both of these towers, I think it happens that your shield goes down. I'm pretty sure. Let me just read this. Also fitted the team more clock cycles over time. Okay, yeah, so the more towers you have as well, it helps your team leveling up of their robots more efficiently. So to take these towers down, you can see a little picture of it here. They've got like this dome shield over it. Now this is so that people can't just go and instantly snipe the power tower. That's quite a cool name for it, the power tower, the fusion tower. Or like, you know, just you have to actually get close to it to take it down. But if you can just see at the top, they've included this little hole, which means you can actually bomb into it. So it still enables people to, you know, go for plasma bombing runs. It doesn't make the bombers completely ineffective at taking them down. But generally, these are going to be best taken out by fast SMG scouts. And once you shoot one down, all the crystals in it will regen for your team, and then you'll have that, which I don't know if it improves how effective your fusion shield is. I'm assuming it will do. So the more you have, the more effective your fusion shield is. And if your fusion shield, if you lose all these fusion towers, your fusion shield will also go down. Okay, so that's quite cool. So on the map you see you'll have 2 there, and you have to. It'll be very strategic trying to like capture them. There's going to be a lot of strategy in this game, which I quite like. So yeah, that is the fusion shield, the fusion towers, and sort of the new game mode idea that you've got to destroy this protonium crystal at each person's base. So it's less capture and more destroy. I kind of like that. It's just a cool idea. It's well thought out. Okay, now the main changes to the game, as in the robots and how they work, is these clock cycles and overclockers. Okay, so. And also, yeah, so basically what you can do is the overclocking, what it will do is as you kill things, the more stuff you kill, the more damage you do, you'll gain clock cycles. So this little picture here of the Robot 1 thing, that Robot 1 thing is the type of robot you can use. Maybe I should explain this first. So basically you can now choose between 3 computers to drive your robot, because obviously humans don't drive the robots now. Computers do. It makes more sense. You know, you're on an alien planet. Computers are smart. Computers will drive your robot. And these computers have different abilities, okay? So you've got Tian, I think that's how you say it, defense. The Gene, which is medic. And Cray, who is offensive. Now, each of these guys will have a special ability, okay? So, these special abilities are, for Tian, it's a fusion disruptor. And it was described as a support robot, and his fusion disruptor program creates a miniature fusion shield over an allied target, protecting them for a few seconds. So say you've got some guy with big guns and he wants to go out into the fight with like 6 other robots in front of him, but doesn't want to get completely wrecked. You quickly buff him with a fusion shield. He goes in, tanks, and heals, comes back, okay? And obviously that ability will have a cooldown of a certain amount of time, and I think the more you overclock, the faster that cooldown is, but I'm not certain on that. Don't quote me on that. Then for Gene, the medic, is a reset. Now this one seems very, like, this is the most powerful ability, but it has the biggest cooldown, it says, for balancing issues. And these are set to change because these are just like general ideas I had for it, but they might change. So the reset, right, what it does is, so even with a robot that doesn't have nano-distributors, you can do this, which is pretty cool. You can instantly heal. Oh, not instantly heal. You can, within 3 seconds, you can heal 50% of a damaged robot. So say a robot's like breaking to pieces, you can use, and it's a good robot and they're doing well and fighting well for you and they're important and you can't do without them. Rather than having to slowly heal them up with the nano healing rays, you can instantly heal 50% of them over 3 seconds. Okay, and it can also be self-cast, the reset ability, so you can heal yourself if you're like trapped. So I'm imagining that one's going to be immensely popular, but I think the cooldown on it's going to be very long. It says to balance it out, so like you may be only able to use it like every 2 minutes or something to make it fair. Whereas busting a fusion shield out, you may be able to do every like 20 seconds or less. So it's going to be all countered, and then Cray, the offensive AI. Has nano decay, okay, and his nano decay beams a shaft of light down from the mothership. So it's going to come from the sky, like a laser designated target, and places a field over the robot which denies him from being healed by nanos. Okay, so obviously healing is quite an important strategy in Robocraft now. I've seen it more and more. The healers hide back and heal the robot that's in front. If you deny their robot the chance to heal, you'll be actually have to take them out super quick, and that would just be really efficient. So that's quite a cool ability as well, and I imagine that'll have a fairly not too long cooldown. So that's the supercomputers, okay, and so you can use these in battles by using special keys, right? And I'm pretty sure, yeah, you can. And the more each time your overclocker level goes up here, it's saying, and you can see the advanced programs down the bottom. So let's just look at this picture here. So you've got this fat digester guy here. I guess that's what it's called, his robot. And he's got an 18 times overclocker, so this match must have gone on for quite a while. And he's basically can level up all of his special abilities, so to make them more efficient. And the overclock and AP is reset at the start of every battle. So I haven't actually talked about the overclock yet, but the action points increases the effectiveness of your of your abilities that I've just discussed with the special robots. So that's quite cool. I like that. And then the overclocking is so let's just say, as you do damage, get kills, get assists, heal, scout, spot, and damage plutonium in a battle, you'll gain a new type of points called the clock cycles. So it's basically like a combat multiplier, is the way I see it. So the better you're doing, the more clock cycles you'll get. So as you gain clock cycles, the progress bar of the overclocker will increase. When it gets to 100%, you will level up your overclocker. Okay, so you can see the level there, times 13, 100%, and it will go up to level 14. Each time you level up your overclocker, your robot will get more powerful. Your weapons will start doing more damage. Your thrusters will deliver more thrust. Basically, the higher level you are, the more effective your equipment is. So it promotes the better you do, the better you can do, which is cool. It is actually like adding in the kind of League of Legends elements. Like, you don't want to give the other team too much XP by letting them just wreck you. You want to be gaining levels and stuff faster than you, because it'll give you an edge over the enemy even more so. So that's quite interesting. It's really, I quite like that. So yeah, I think that's basically everything covered so far. It's coming from the update, which is there's a lot there. So they said they're going to relaunch this in 3 stages. Okay, so the first one will be in 4 to 6 weeks time, so about mid-April, I'd imagine, mid to end of April, which will add in Robocraft Respawned and Overclocker. So it will add in the respawning game mode, the Protonium Crystal mode, the Fusion Shield, the Overclocker, and the new battle comparison screen, okay? That's quite cool. So that'll add in the new game, which will be sweet. So I'm looking forward to playing that. Launch 2 should be fairly quick afterwards, and will include fusion towers, and some voiceover to help understand what's going on in the battle, which sounds good. So at first, the fusion towers won't be there, but okay, that's fine. And then launch 3 will add in the first of the 3 supercomputers, Cray, Tian, and Jean, which I just talked about, and the advanced programming, which changes like the effects and stuff that your robot can do with its special abilities. And I'm assuming if they're only in 3, the first 3 it says, then they'll probably intend to add in more. So robots will now get a more diverse range of abilities, and it means you can like design robots with a specific task in mind more so than you've been able to in the past, which is really cool. I like that, and it's going to take quite a long time to learn how to play all these new mechanics. And it means that it should create like some competitive stuff. They're even adding in like competitive bits and bobs. It's really cool. So yeah, I hope you guys enjoyed this video. I hope I broke it down sort of okay for you. I'm super excited for this update. So yeah, don't forget to keep playing Robocraft. This update is going to be insane. I'm going to keep making videos on it. I'm looking forward to when it comes out, and I'll catch you guys next time. Goodbye.